Good morning, I'm Adam Harris and this is your opening bell. Cue the intro. So, having a look at the major economic news for today, the big stuff is actually already passed. So right now it's 8 a.m. in the UK and at 3:30 a.m. this morning out of Australia, out of the Royal Bank of Australia, we had the RBA interest rate announcement, which came out at 3.1 as expected. The market itself, when we go have a look at the charts, didn't really respond that much, so everything there pretty much as expected. In terms of earnings, today we have AutoZone, MongoDB, and Signet Jewelers. Didn't realize I had a problem saying that word. And dividends, we have Avery Dennison, Barings Bank, we have BlackRock as well, if you may be familiar with them, Guess, and Schlumberger. Right, so that being said, let's talk about what's going on in the markets as well with regards to how behavior yesterday. Look, Mondays can be funny. I actually wrote about this. Mondays can be weird days where the market has a correction or it moves like crazy or it does absolutely nothing, but it tends to not necessarily be representative of how the rest of the week is going to go. So today for me is really going to be how is the market going to respond. So just looking, yesterday was a really good day for the dollar within an existing downtrend. So for me, I see it first of all as a natural retracement within a general weakening. When I look at euro dollar, what I want to see today is how do the markets recover. So today really my expectation is going to see how do most of the major currencies, commodities and indices, do they manage to recover. So today what should happen if the trend is going to stay intact is we should stay the same or pretty much recover against the dollar. So in other words, yesterday was the dollar's major correction as opposed to a change in trend, and I think that's very important to emphasize. Gold had a relatively big knockback, but it's actually come back into a really good region, I keep saying the words really good, it's early in the morning. So it had a really big knockback, but it's come back into a precise area where it should be able to continue its trend. And in principle, I'm still more bullish on gold than not bullish on it. Crude oil, let's have a look. And so crude oil had quite a heavy day yesterday. It's not as strong as gold or silver. The metals are. The indices as well took a bit of a knock back to the downside. And I think for them as well, they've been overdue. They've had a really good couple of weeks. They've been overdue for a decent correction. And so today the question is going to be, it looks as though I think gold is going to try and climb back up. It's going to seem as though the indices are possibly testing fresh lows. They might not be ready yet to resume their uptrend, but I don't want to assume that they're going to crash from here just yet. It's too soon to make that judgment call. For example, the Dow is really, really strong. The FTSE is up at all-time highs, and that's a slow grower. So the fact that that's at all-time highs is not necessarily a bad thing. Just having a very quick look at some of the major equities. Apple seems fine, seems to have recovered. If we have a look at something such as ARC Innovation, that's still in its consolidation phase. Let's have a look at Coca-Cola. That's a good indication. Coca-Cola is fine, nice and strong. Still looks like it even finished to the upside yesterday as well. Let's have a quick peek at Tesla. Tesla went back down towards the sort of 182 area. We're going to see if that's doing an inverted head and shoulders, which we'll know by the end of the week. And then we'll have a quick look at bonds. Bonds were looking really good yesterday. Their uptrend is still intact on the daily. And then finally, cryptos, because most people are trying to get a sense of what's going on with cryptos. They're very, very sluggish, but their uptrend on the daily is still intact. I'll keep an eye on Ethereum throughout the day. But for most of these, the trends they've had over the last 5 or 6 days are still intact. Yesterday was just a bit of a dollar day. So the question is today, will we see that dollar maintain it? I think it's fair to say that between today and tomorrow, it's not unreasonable to expect the dollar to calm down a bit and to maybe start retreating again and to start to see a lot of commodities, equities, and currencies start to increase against the dollar. That's my plan A. At any rate, I'll be surprised. That to me is a 60-40 that they're going to strengthen against the dollar, that it's more likely than not. That being said, have a fantastic day and I will see you in future opening bells.